What's up, YouTube? This is MathWiz97 and welcome back to more My Career for WWE 2K17. We are in Full Sail University as the Full Sail crowd awaits the arrival of the one, the only, Finn Balor. That is right, Finn Balor, the leader of the Balor Club and the former NXT champion, is here. But look who else is here. It is Jett Storm. And Storm from behind with a sledgehammer, assaulting Finn Balor. What we saw last time, he tried to, oh wait a minute. Oh, this isn't working out so well for him either. Oh my goodness, what an enziguri from Balor. Last episode, Jett Storm tried to assault Finn Balor after his match with Bo Dallas. Only Finn Balor was the one who wound up standing tall at the end of the day. But this time, Jett Storm getting a preemptive strike with this sledgehammer. Balor has managed to avoid it fairly well so far. Oh no, what is Balor thinking? Oh, elbow to the back of the head. No, went for a forearm shot, but it's reversed. Jett Storm, oh, he hooks one arm, hooks the other. Look out, future shock DDT on the ramp. And Storm again has that sledgehammer in hand. Jett Storm. Oh, there's a shot right to the midsection again with this sledgehammer. But Balor avoids it yet again. Finn Balor just refuses to quit. As Storm now slaps him in the face. Big punch, uppercut, and down goes the NXT champion. And Jett Storm this time stands tall. Here we are now in the main event. Jett Storm set to go one-on-one with the NXT champion Samoa Joe yet again. And, well, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I've talked about facing Tyson. It's really bad. It's really bad when a match with the NXT champion is meaningless. Okay? Like, I've talked about Zack Ryder, I've talked about Sami Zayn, I've talked about Tyson Kidd and how facing them numerous times in a row was tedious. But when it's a match with the NXT champion and I'm not excited to play it, that is not a good sign, My Career mode. And some of you may be thinking, well, I mean, you've cut the other matches out, why not just cut this match out? This really is just another opportunity for me to, for people who maybe have not played the game yet, maybe have not played My Career, but we're thinking about it. Again, this is just sort of to reiterate that My Career has not really improved a whole lot, at least in my opinion. As again, I forgot to put on the stupid... I have not been good with this today. I just keep forgetting. So I do apologize for that I keep forgetting to enable the hip point thing. Because I kind of need that to know what I'm hitting, how many reversals I have, because this isn't like a universe mode video where I'm looking to portray a certain aesthetic, like a certain visual look. I need to know how to defeat my opponents, because that's how My Career works. I need to actually know what the rating of the match is. Unlike in universe mode where I don't care what the game rates the match, this one I need to know because that kind of affects my popularity. It kind of affects how successful I am in this mode. But I know I did bring up the potential idea of like a custom My Career in the future. Whether that would be for this year's game or whether it would be next year's or when exactly I would implement that, I am not entirely sure. I know the idea of it is kind of similar. It's along similar lines of the created wrestler universe that I said that I was going to do way back when for 2K15 actually, but then the whole creation suite idea, the whole creation suite just kind of fell through. The plan, it didn't pan out. I just didn't have the time to actually produce it. And for anyone who's still wondering, holding out hope that maybe, just maybe, that series could become a reality someday in terms of like a custom universe mode, if you're talking about production levels of my WWE universe mode, that kind of a universe mode only with created wrestlers, at this point, that seems highly unlikely. I'm going to be honest. With the amount of time that it takes me to make my current universe mode, to try to tack on another high production series like that on top of it, it wouldn't go very well. Like, making one universe mode, that takes up a majority of my time to make those videos. Not to say that I don't enjoy. Oh my, Joe, let me hit this move. Thank you. Jesus. That's part of the thing though with like career mode. I don't have as much control over the matches as like the purpose of this series as opposed to a universe mode is completely different. Like this one, it's more so exploring the mode for what it is, just kind of being a bit more casual with it, just sort of enjoying the game as I play it, or if I'm not enjoying it, then making a boring mode into something enjoyable by doing something that I enjoy doing alongside of, well, with this boring material just being the source and me turning it into something that I can at least have some sort of extra purpose in playing, like making videos on it. If I wasn't making videos, I probably would have dropped my career after the whole, actually, when did I really start to, like, I think after episode, like, 8, when I got up to that point, that was when I really started to lose interest in my career mode. So I probably would have stopped then if I had not been making YouTube videos on it. That's just me personally though. So in terms of like, the reason why I call it a custom my career as opposed to like a custom universe mode, oh my goodness, Joe! No, that was my last reversal, you sir. My goodness. But as opposed, like me dressing it up as a custom my career, you might think, oh, well, it's still basically a universe mode, and I guess that's kind of true. Although, like, if I said it would be like a custom, I apologize, I did bump the mic a few seconds ago. But if I said it was a custom universe mode, people might think like, oh wow, WWE Universe is pretty cool, so I wonder how this is gonna be. And then if it doesn't meet their expectation, they'd be like, wow, this is dumb, this was misleading. But I feel like doing a custom my career, you might say, I'm not exactly sure what I'm trying to say actually. This is the problem though, like when I try to just, like, I don't plan out my commentary ever. I just go off the cuff. That's just always been my style, even with universe mode. You know what, I'm gonna show you guys something. People had been asking me, well, what am I gonna do for a second finisher? I already tried the submission, that didn't work. So instead of the storm out, we're gonna hit it with the new and improved Eye of the Storm. And that should keep Samoa Joe down for a 3 count. If he kicks out of that, I will actually be quite enraged. But he didn't, as nobody should, because that Eye of the Storm, if you get hit with a double underhook pile driver, you should not be kicking out of that. An ordinary pile driver is one thing. Like the whole purpose of using a pile driver, like the ordinary pile driver, it's banned, so the whole purpose of using it, you bring it back, it's like, oh my god, it's a pile driver, the match is over. The whole point is just for somebody to kick out of it, and it's like, oh my god, this guy's tough, he took a pile driver, he kicked out. But when you start getting into like the package pile drivers, the double underhook pile driver, that type of thing, that's when it starts getting over the top for me. Like if you're kicking out of a package pile driver, if you're kicking, I mean, that's kind of why the package pile driver has been portrayed so strongly in universe mode whenever Kevin Owens uses it. I don't feel like you should, like, you get hit with a package pile driver, it does depend on the circumstance. So I'm not saying that no one will ever kick out of the package pile driver, which you may consider a spoiler, you may not. It's not like I mean, you get hit with a package pile driver, it should be incredibly What? No. What? What? Wow. Oh my goodness, that is incredibly disheartening. My career mode, I really don't know what to say. I didn't even get a match with the guy. At least with Samoa Joe, I fought him once, and then it kicked me out of the rivalry. But like, what did I do to improve our status? I attacked him before his match. Should I call him out again? Try another rivalry? Like, what the heck? That doesn't make any sense. I guess I'll wrestle the match with him and see how it goes. If I can at least beat him and move up to number 2 in the rankings, it'll be worth it. But what the heck? That's like, that's not even fair. It's not funny. Okay. Yeah, I really don't want to quit this career mode. I'm not the type of guy who, like, I really am not the kind of person who starts a series and then doesn't finish it. I hate when people do that. But, oh my goodness, like, at least 2K16 it was, at least for that. Also, I do apologize for the black screen at the moment. It's just blank, or maybe I put some sort of stock footage. I'm not gonna showcase the main event little transitions because I don't want to get some sort of copyright for the video. Even if I'm talking over the audio, I just don't want to risk it. So I do apologize for that. But 2K16, I cut it short because after 2K15, I just wasn't going to put up with it. I cut it short for 2K16, but I at least ended by winning the NXT Championship. I don't want to do that again this year. I really don't want to conclude with the same, like, I don't want to end at the same spot that I ended last year, but at the same time, I'm already 20 plus episodes into this series. I'm getting close to about as long as the series was last year. And like I said, when I started this series, I don't want to run like a 50 episode my career, because I don't feel like this mode should last that long. There's not enough material in it to warrant that many episodes. So, I'm not quite sure what I want to do. Because this whole thing with Finn Balor is kind of... It's really, like, pushing me towards the edge. Like, I need to come up with an early escape from this my career mode so as to not just end it prematurely. Like, I want to at least have some sort of conclusion, and I'm not going to do the whole Jett Storm got fired again, because that was the driving force to bring him back. You can't... I'm not a fan of the whole, you start in one place, and by the end of it, you're back in the same place, and the status quo remains the same. That doesn't do it for me. I like slice of life shows, particularly like anime, because that's mostly what I watch, but in, shows that are more realistic like that, or sitcoms, where you do this thing and then you go back to the status quo and you just like reset and reset and reset for each episode. That doesn't particularly resonate with me in most cases. And in my career, for this narrative that I was going for, it's not happening. I'm not ending with Storm getting released. I'd like to get further than the NXT Championship. I guess I'm just gonna have to keep working on the Barron Blade. Like, that's honestly my only way out, is hope that the Barron Blade Alliance goes somewhere. I don't know if I might want to take like a hiatus from my career after perhaps this takeover, depending on where things go. Like, I'll give it up till then, and I might just have to play my career in my spare time and try to progress a little further until we get to something interesting later on. I worry about doing that though, because if I'm not motivated to play my career for making videos, I don't know, I highly doubt I'm gonna be motivated to play my career for like not making videos. That was the thing last year. Like, I went up to the main roster just to see how things would work. About a month in, I was done, and I didn't touch my career mode since then for 2K16. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think this out. Of course, if you haven't already by now, I'm sure people would be down in the comment section giving suggestions or whatever. But if you have any suggestions or have any ideas for what I could do, what I should do, let me know down in the comment section. I was just starting to actually get invested in this whole Finn Balor feud until they kicked me out of it. So I could try to call him out again. That's a possibility. By the time I actually Actually, I'm not entirely sure, because by the time I publish this video, I might have already decided to record more or do whatever. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure where I want to go with this now, because I was starting to get a whole idea. I was starting to get excited for this Finn Balor rivalry, because I had a big plan. I had a new attire design that I was working on for Jett Storm, and a match with Finn Balor would have been the perfect timing to showcase it at an NXT takeover. The Demon Finn Balor versus Jett Storm, and Storm debuts his new look. It would have been cool, but then they cut me off. So unless I can get back into a feud with Finn Balor, I honestly, should I just pretend that the rivalry never ended? I don't know what I should try to do with this now. I really don't know. I don't want to just end the series in the middle of nowhere, but I'm really not sure. See, one thing that I also with the Royal Rumble coming up, perhaps by the time that I get the Rumble finished, or by the time I get this video uploaded, potentially, depending on how quickly I get the video made and how far I am in the Rumble, potentially I could take a break after the Royal Rumble. I might actually, I don't know, because here's what I'm thinking at the moment. The thing that's going through my mind, if I would decide to put this on a hiatus, I could, okay, hold on. I hate to do this again, but I have to, otherwise I don't know what's going on. I don't know how many reversals I have, and then I'm not going to be able to reverse anything. But the idea that I have would be bring back my Pokemon series that I was working on, bring back Behind the Universe, start up my 2007 GM mode series, give that some time, focus on those series. But of course, I can't really start any of those until at least the Thanksgiving break in late November, because I don't have my GameCube or my PlayStation 2 with me at college. And since the majority of my time is going to be dumped into the Royal Rumble, which should be up before then, but the only real thing that I could work on in that point is Behind the Universe, and that's not a series that I want to upload at a super quick pace, because I only have so many ideas for that, and it takes me a while to write the scripts and whatnot, and that would ultimately it would kind of distract from making the videos that I'd want to make. Ultimately, I enjoy making Behind the Universe videos. They're really cool. It's a good chance for me to do some sort of comedy that I can't really do in a Universe Mode video. Or at least in terms of what I'm trying to create with Universe Mode. I can't go for comedy as often, but in Behind the Universe, it gives me a setting where I can not only inform people about how I make my Universe Mode and whatnot, but I can also I can try to work on some humor there, try to come up with something comedic, just to be something different, something unique compared to my other series. So I'm not gonna stop Behind the Universe anytime soon, if that's the impression that I'm kind of giving at this point. But it's a series where I feel like it's best released in small doses. So that's why my schedule for it that I'd stated back in July when I released the first video for it was about one a month, just because I felt like that was an appropriate pacing for me to work on it, not feel rushed to get it out, and at the same time I could come up with new ideas, so that way, because I'd hate to release five of them in a month, and then for the future not have any ideas on what to do with it. That's kind of why I space out my uploads when I'm getting close to a pay-per-view, because I hate to have a ton of videos in a short stint of time and then suddenly have no videos, and then people are like, yo, what's going on? And then they have nothing to watch. I like to at least space it out for you guys. This is sort of a ramble, but again, the Tangent series, as I stated in the last episode, or maybe it was earlier this episode, I've lost count at this point. This is what happens when I do bulk sessions. Oh, this is going to be tough to reverse. Oh, but I did it. Haha. Suck it, Balor. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do after this. But again, what I was trying to say was, I'm thinking maybe focus some attention on, maybe depending on when I can finish the Royal Rumble, maybe I'll just focus solely on Universe Mode and the the 2 Behind the Universe scripts that I have recorded. Maybe I'll just do that. Maybe try to upload, like, as I get closer to the break where I can actually record Pokemon videos, maybe then I could try to release those. I have like 2 episodes that I had recorded back in August that I just didn't have the time to edit and upload before the release of the new game. So I could probably try to get those out as well. And then once I get back to my house, I could take my PlayStation 2 with me, try to work on GM mode, just have that be something different. This isn't the move that I wanted to use, but I have lost all interest in this match because they decided to blow the feud. And it was... Yeah, I do apologize. This episode, I was excited for it, and then that happened, and now I'm just sort of... I'm not as excited. So we only got a 2.5-star match out of that. I'm gonna blame my career for that, because this shouldn't even be the end of... Actually, wait, no, it was a bit higher because I had the settings turned off at first. So 3-star match. Not the greatest. But it's not supposed to be. It was supposed to be the continuation of a feud, but my career decided to take that away from me. So, I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you have some ideas for me down in the comments. What do you think I should do? I'm gonna think about it a little bit more. Definitely not gonna record any more of my career in this session. This is gonna be the last of this one, and possibly for a while, depending on what I decide to do. So until next time, well, I guess I'll at least carry you to the menu screen, see if anything interesting happens on the next NXT. Give us an idea of what I'll be thinking. Because, you know, after this, I could end it here, and it's on this somber note, but maybe I get put in a tag team match with Barron Blade, and I just jump right back into it next time. But this can, depending on what the next match is, can at least give us a bit of an indication as to what the future holds for my career. We're heading into NXT TakeOver Brooklyn - Wilder. I will admit, that is a bit more interesting. Barron Blade has dropped down to 4 blue blocks. That's not good. Well, it would... yeah, I don't know. I'm not really gonna say much else. What the heck is this? What on earth? How did... enough said. That's gonna close us for today's My Career video. I don't understand this matchup. Let's just pretend that it's a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team matchup and there just isn't enough room to display Cass and Jason Jordan on the screen. Really all we can come up with to justify that. Until next time, keep on YouTubing.